started way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay.
Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers.
No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau.
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. And right away, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Ready.
On first down, Prince. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, Brand, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Look at this Packers defense.
They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And here's Fields.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
Under pressure, and they get it to him again. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up fourth down now.
And here's Trenton Gill on to punt.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down at 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it as they head out on the field for this drive. That whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers, go!
Now Gregory to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Packers!
Christian Watson
With his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside the quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Gregory. And it's a Packers touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On first down, it's Fields.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
We're just shy of midfield. Here's second down and a yard. Play action. It's Fields.
He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
You look at this Packers defense.
And they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
And the Bears first down.
Here we go, son. All right, let's go. All right.
They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Fields.
Flush to his right. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Tyler Scott from a yard out. And the Bears have got it back to within a score.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's deep.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson
with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own.
Simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, this defense for the Bears, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Fields now to throw.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Justin Fields.
24 yards.
And the Bears are back within a score.
Lutz with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Bears 14. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Ready, set.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here now, 3rd and a yard. And they'll send Watson in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he's going to have the Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
They'll run on first down. Prince.
Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on. Both sides moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Their entire offense has been centered on him, and he's been carrying the load with ease. 100 yards rushing in a game for a quarterback is rare. In a single half, darn near a masterpiece.
On first down, Fields.
Throw left side complete. That's Logan. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here we go, son.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and drop shy of the 45. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
It's really something special when we see a quarterback top 100 yards in one half of football. And if he keeps up this pace in the second half, the NFL record for single-game rushing by QB is certainly in sight.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Lucas Van Ness drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up fourth down. They snap it to Fields.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at my coach. Why didn't we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Ready.
And quickly out wide, this is Watson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And his kick is good.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do.
There he goes, left side. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
First down, Chicago.
Now it's Fields.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. Fields.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Gregory will look to throw it. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now, these two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown.
Christian Watson
with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year.
And the Packers have opened the lead up to 30.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Looking deep for Adams. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him, because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
He finds his man, complete. It's Logan. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
3rd and long. It's Fields.
Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the 1st. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them. And
oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. 43 yards.
And the Bears take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Warriors 70.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Prince. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this all the way down to the Bears' 35-yard line.
199 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
Set, tempo, set. Let's go. Ready,
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, so that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 21. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got it. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there.
His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Packers stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Here we go.
First down, Chicago.
From the 50, here's Fields.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Logan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On second down, here's Fields.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it go again.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Man, 220 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Gregory to throw. Complete to Newsom. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Bears.
Fields on first down.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Fields now on second down.
Escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
4th down. Fields has to have this one.
The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Second and 7.
Now Gregory. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here we go, son.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
No muss. Hey, Ken.
Now Fields.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And they've got the huge lead now.